Come be part of the show. If you want to showcase your business, Who Got the Juice is the platform. Who got the juice?
Bay Area Podcast. Tune in once a week.
That's how I started. So, welcome to Who Got the Juice podcast. I'm your humble host, Fresh, here with...
And your co-host, Minnie.
And we got today...
Jonathan.
So,
Yes.
Jonathan, we're going to go ahead and just jump straight to it. Do you have anything that you want to go ahead and just ask him in particular?
Straight to the point, huh?
Straight to the point.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, we're in your shop. It's a dope shop. I love how organized it is. You know, that for me, I look at that, you know, as a positive. How long have you been here?
Well, we got the shop. We started the shop in October of last year.
Okay.
But we didn't open it into January of this year. So the beginning of the year, we started at the beginning of the year.
It's brand new. You said we. So is it just you or is it more than?
Well, the shop is mine, and I have a business partner that he owns a shop in Berkeley. He's the one that gave me the opportunity to start this because the name of Universal Tires already existed for 8 years, but he just wanted to expand it.
It's like a franchise.
Like a franchise, but he's more as an investor. He just wants to... what do you want to call it? Like he doesn't want he won't be here at all.
Right.
He just wants to see profit.
Yeah, of
so it's like an investor pretty much.
Okay.
And then of course my family, my mom, my sisters, they come and help me a lot.
Nice.
That's where it's
That's
at,
why
though.
I kind of say we because it's just it's not just me. My mom, my sisters, always here supporting.
Were you already working in the tire industry?
No, never.
Okay.
This is the first year. Yeah. I worked in the restaurant industry for about 6 years.
Okay.
And then I did security for the city for another 3 years.
And is the restaurant, was it like a Mexican restaurant?
No, it was, maybe you guys know it's Boudin. Gosh.
Okay. In San Francisco?
San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
What did you like catch from that though? Like, is
I
this
was general manager for 2 years, and I was supervisor for a year and a half, and then I was a regular retail seller for
Did that make
a
you
year.
pivot to be like, you know what, like I'm a manager, I can run my own show?
Yeah,
or?
it's actually funny because this is my second business, but my first business is the embroidery business. So we do like all custom embroidery for like companies.
That's cool.
But when I first started the embroidery business, I thought it was easy because I had managed a $10 million company. And I was like, hey, you know, like I can manage a $10 million company. I can probably start my own company. It would
You
be
and
easier.
I, we need to talk on that embroidery stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's my sister is the one that takes care of it now.
Perfect. Then her and I need to talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of how it went. I was like, oh, if I can manage it, maybe I can do it. But you know, when you start a business, they never tell you like, oh, the obstacles that you have to go through. It was easy for me because they already had like someone marketing, someone like putting money here, putting money there. I mean, I was just managing it. But when you run your own business, it's a little bit more difficult. Yeah.
What's the difference? The biggest difference?
Not know where to go for like the legal stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays there's a lot of things, you know, where you can outsource them or like, you know, find them out. But sometimes it's a little bit hard to trust because they're not like in the city that you're in. So it's not the same thing.
Right.
Like they will give you the information, but they can't tell you exactly where to go. Like when we went to City Hall, what floor, what this.
Oh, I see.
You know, so
Yeah.
you have to lose a whole day of work just to
It's kind of like you find out as you go.
Yes.
And I could relate. I was just on Legal Zoom last night. I was looking at my LLC stuff and I'm like, oh shit, this is out of date. So yeah, it's a lot. And I'm like, well, what do I do? And I just Google search the whole thing. You really don't have anybody telling you exactly what to do.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest challenges from my experience. So
I do got a question though. So like, let's say for example, like you're just out on the road, right? And you just happen to be like hitting the freeway and you just happen to see like a pretty fine girl, right? Like, do you pull over and be like, you know what? Like, I mean, I'm obviously like asking, right? Because like that's one thing is mechanics, another thing is tires, and obviously everybody should know how to change a tire, right? But like, do you ever like pull over and be like, hey, like, you know, I see that you're, you know, like
Honestly,
struggling here?
I will stop by regardless if it is a beautiful woman or older woman, older
Thank you,
man.
man
Honestly,
with
I don't
integrity.
I don't
I
see.
just had to
Yeah,
ask.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
No,
like,
yeah.
cause yeah.
He would pass.
It's. I
And
mean,
I'll pull up. I'll be
I'm
like,
gonna be honest with you. Since October of last year, if you would have asked me like, "Hey, can you help me?" or like if I would see someone that needs help with their tire, I'll be like, "Yeah, sorry, I don't know how to do it." So I wouldn't stop
Wow.
yeah,
because like, what kind of help am I gonna be if I don't know what to do? You know?
YouTube.
Yeah,
Just
YouTube, but
nah, I
you
hear
would
you.
look dumb. I don't know. I feel like you
Yeah.
would look
Well,
dumb.
spare tire, like like I don't know about like changing it on the spot, and then like
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even know how to
yeah.
put a spare tire.
That's crazy. That's a crazy transformation in
Yes, it is.
industry. Like,
Yes,
and it's
yeah.
been less than a year.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
How are your emotions? Like, are you pretty stable, or do you have those moments where like, fuck, what the fuck am I doing?
Well, I do definitely have those moments. When I was working in the restaurant industry, I'm not gonna say that I was like making good bank, but I was making good money. Was was pretty well. When you come here, I decided to take full time in the tire shop, and there's like up and downs. There's times where like there's no customers at all, just because we're new and people still don't trust us.
Of course.
And then those are the times where it's just kind of like, oh damn, like, and if I was, if I make the right decision or not.
Yeah.
It's those low moments though. It's
Yeah.
those low moments where you just like find yourself just kind of taking it step by step, and then obviously right before you know it. I mean, you say you started January, right? So
No, retail.
retail.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah,
then this
cash.
one you started
October of
October.
last year.
Okay.
Well, we the guy that was here before, he left a big mess, so we literally
Wow.
started like, we scrubbed the floors, we painted the whole thing.
Yeah.
We
You
with this.
wouldn't be able to tell. It looks great.
Did a little facelift, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah, it was bad. Like all of this was like filled of grease. Like we scrub it like maybe for a whole week. That's why we didn't open into January, because
Yeah.
like
Wow.
it was so bad. It was
Wow.
like bad.
Okay.
All the way on the outside, it looked like
Like
a
the landscape
junkyard.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, it
crazy.
was just
That
bad.
is important too.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why we didn't open into January, but it was a big change.
Yeah.
So back to like pulling up, right? No, I mean, no, this is really
Go
important,
ahead.
right?
Go ahead.
Like, so, like, back to pulling up, right? So, let's say you do pull up, you fix the tire and all that, right? Do you leave a business card? Do you be like, you know what, this is, where I'm at? I
Yeah,
just feel like it should be something, like if you're in that industry, let alone, I mean,
yeah. It's just regardless, wherever I am, and then if I feel the vibe that they're interested in what I do, then yes, I would leave them a business card. But if they're not, I'll just be like,
oh no, they're
like,
gonna be grateful though, they're gonna be like, oh
I'll
my
charge them
God,
too.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, just right on the spot, like, you know
Yeah,
what,
You
it's
could
gonna be
tell me
this.
at this Cash App.
Yeah.
the only people I know that I won't charge for sure, and that's 100%, is like older people.
Oh, yeah.
Older people, I will not ever charge them. Like
Yeah.
even if they come here for a repair,
So you're saying even if she's fine,
even if she's fine, I will charge them.
you know what? Yeah, I hear you.
Gotta pay the
'cause
bills.
her finance is not gonna pay my bills.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So now, I don't know. I just thought about it, right? Like, let's say if I'm doing pancakes for a living, right? I don't know, just throwing it out.
Okay.
If I'm doing pancakes for a living, like, I'm gonna want to go to every breakfast, restaurant and be like, you know what? I got the best pancakes, right? So I'm gonna want to like drop my 2 cents, and then
Why?
I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, he is a tire shop, right? So therefore, like, he has to go ahead and I don't know. Maybe it's a different
Like
scale of view.
compare internally, but not like voice it out. You mean? Because you over here, you saying you're gonna judge everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jeez.
I mean, some good pancakes, right? Like, I don't know, just throwing it out.
do you go to like car
Different
shows
tire
and-
shops. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't go any shows or anything like that.
I almost feel like the pulga slept on. Like, maybe the pulga would be a good spot to like.
I feel like
hit
that's
and-
where I get mine.
I'm just being dead serious. Like, go to the pulga, maybe San Jose, right? The Oakland one, I guess, is good too. But just drop. Is the San Jose one closed or no?
The flea
Is
market
it still open or no?
is still
Yeah,
open.
still
I
open.
think it
Okay.
won't close
Yeah.
for another couple years, but
2
it will.
years.
It will close. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's
That
up.
one is pretty big.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be cool too. Like,
Yeah,
no
not
say,
anymore.
I don't. The last 5 years, I don't know. It's just boring, and I don't see anything that's interesting anymore.
I like how they have like live music. A lot of their like food there is pretty bomb too.
Food and
Yeah.
live music, okay, but like I'm saying, like if you wanted to purchase some socks, everybody got
socks?
the same sock
The
vendor.
10 for 10. Yeah, nah, it's fire.
Am I right though? Like every puesto has the
Yeah.
same stuff, and it's like, damn, it's the same brand.
Yeah, no, that is true. I mean, from the embroidery industry, I learned that everybody gets this. Everybody gets everything from the same place.
Right.
It's just like with tires, you'll be surprised like how many big manufacturers own these small tire names.
Yeah.
So like Michelin owns different tire names.
Oh.
So it will be the same tire, it will be manufactured by the same thing. It's just
Wow.
different
Okay.
name.
Okay.
How
Good
does
to
it
know.
how's it going right now with like the whole like container prices just scaling up? I mean, like did your tire price already change or no?
Yeah, it changed a lot. But yeah, I mean, tire prices, I don't know. Some people, I feel like they undervalue what is actually the cost of a tire, because a lot of people I have come and they ask me like, oh, your prices are a little bit too high, but they don't realize how much it takes to bring a tire from all the way over there to here. And then it's not like the tire, they're gonna use it one day or 1 week or 1 month and then boom, they're gonna.
Because I almost figure like you're like pretty much like outsourcing it from different vendors, right? Or maybe let's say even one vendor that is supplying different
Brands.
yeah. brands, and even them like you having to reach out to them. Let's say you give somebody a quote, and right before you know it, they're like, "Well, they changed already." I mean, like it's a scale of like 2 weeks. Like I don't know if it's the same thing. I'd imagine it's the same thing. Like as far as like the container like being like a
That's
little
like
bit
the
more
stock
higher.
market.
Yeah,
Like,
just all
what?
throughout. Yeah.
No.
No?
Well, for tires it's a little different.
Oh, okay.
They do change prices, but not like drastically, like
Right.
like in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So it's
Got it.
maybe every year they do raise their price a little bit higher.
Okay.
But it's just because of the exportation from one country to another country.
So you haven't heard anything as in late, like within a week, 2 weeks?
No,
from now?
no,
Oh, okay.
nothing like
That's
that.
good.
It's pretty stable then.
The
Do you-
tire thing is
I
good.
noticed that you also have like a motorcycle and bicycles. You guys do those type
No.
of okay. Okay.
The
Just a
motorcycle,
question.
it's
Let me
my
bring
business
mine.
partner. He just left it here. The bicycle, it's us. We just like go on rides with my little sister because she comes, since she's on vacation right now, she just comes. And then we just go ride her
Your
for a little bit.
sister vacation or from where?
From school.
Oh, okay. I thought she
little
was
one.
on vacation, like
Like
and she
out
lives somewhere
Mexico,
else.
so-
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
the
yeah,
little
yeah.
one. The little one, she's
Okay,
on
okay.
school vacation.
How many siblings do you have?
Two. The middle one, 21, and then
Who we met today?
who
Oh,
you
okay,
guys
okay.
met today. Yes, and
Super
then and then the youngest one, which is 10 years old.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, so it's three of y'all. Same
of
for
us.
me. We're three. How about you? ¿Cuántos son?
I got a lot of siblings.
He was like, I'm a real Mexican.
Yeah. I got 2 brothers. I got 3 sisters. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay, so
they're-
6 of y'all
Yeah. I
that
mean,
you know, Web.
my pops is a lot. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's what kind of gets me thinking. So your sister had asked right now. She was like, "Oh, only one?" I'm like, "Yeah, one." But I think I'm probably gonna compete with Osa, and we're probably gonna, scale up these babies. maybe in the next few months for sure.
I mean, I feel it. I have a almost 13-year-old, just one.
Just one.
Yeah. So thinking about bringing no little people.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm like, wow, what an age difference. But I think at this
I
point,
mean,
like a true Mexican, I'd have my oldest help me with
it's
everything.
funny because
So,
my sisters and we have a big gap. Like I'm 27, she's 21, so it's like a 7-year difference.
Okay.
And then my other sister, it's
10.
another 7-year difference because she's
Wow.
10, and then
There's something in them sevens.
Yeah.
My daughter is 7.
Wow.
So it's
How do you like that different? Are you connecting with the 10-year-old at all?
yeah. I mean,
That's true.
yeah.
That's
It's
true.
my mom is a single mother.
Oh, okay.
So I've been always here to support her.
Yeah.
in whatever
Is she
I can.
with you? Like, is she living in the same
Yeah.
city as you and everything?
Yes. Yes.
Qué bueno.
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
grind is different then.
It is.
Yeah, that grind is different because you got to see, let's say, a different perspective and like other, let's say, like households where, their parents are, together. Obviously, there's a lot of help there,
Yeah.
So even having a single mom, you get to kind of have a different perspective and like,
Yeah.
grind pretty much, like
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a good,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a challenge.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it builds character though. I will tell you that. So
Yeah.
maybe even like I'm not gonna say that's the reason why you're here, but that's the reason why your business is gonna be super successful.
Oh, thank you. I
I
appreciate it.
mean,
I know I can,
yeah.
to back off of that, I do think that, seeing your family hustle and really strive, it makes you want to do it more for, like, sometimes you do what you do not only for you but for others.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you carry the
Yeah.
weight of responsibility, and sometimes that is the push that we all need
Yeah.
sometimes. So
Yeah.
how old are you?
27.
I
27.
love that number, but I hate that number. No, it's on some spiritual shit. I have it tattooed on my knees and everything.
So,
Yeah.
what is it?
Yeah.
So when I was when I came into this world, my dad
go.
he was 27. That's the year he turned 27. When I lost him, I was 27. His birthday
Oh.
is October 27th, and he died August 27th. So it's like it's the number in which I feel like he communicates with me, and so yeah, it's kind of like I feel like it's an omen, but I made it so that it's not. Like I feel like every time I see that number is a positive thing.
So
I was
So
gonna
positive.
ask that. So like when a month comes in, like let's say July 27, like
I
like
always, yeah, that number's always,
it's just
yeah,
always there.
it's just very, yeah, I gravitate towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like I overdo it, I oversee it.
Not necessarily. It's kind of that one, there's that one quote like when you're looking for a red car, you're always gonna visibly see it. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
Like you're gonna always see that
yeah.
number
I'm
because
open
that's
to it. I'm
absolutely.
open. My spiritual, sense is open.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
guys are like really into like a spiritual
Very much
thing? Very
so.
much so. Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
I did a Clifton strength. Have you ever heard of the Clifton strengths? It's like a range of like over 40 different strengths, and it labels you like top to bottom. My first strength is connectedness, which means like I love connecting with folks and finding the bridge between everybody. And it's on a spiritual like sense more than anything. So I am learning to just incline a little bit more and rely on my spiritual, my intuition to lead, because that is a strength of mine, and I'm trying to do it at the school I work at. I'm trying to do it in my art. I'm trying to do it here with you guys. Like you see, I'm bringing it up because I do think that we're all connected somehow.
Yeah.
They
I
say
hear
we're
you.
all like 1 or 2 degrees apart. So
Damn.
what
There
about
go.
you? Are you like a spiritual person?
Not really.
Religious.
When I say spiritual, I mean it could mean religious to you.
I believe there's a God. My mom is Catholic,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna call myself Catholic because I don't
Right,
really
right,
go to
right.
church. I don't really.
Religion is a practice, right? It's like a
Pretty much. But yeah, I mean, I believe there's a God out there.
You
But
just don't know what form and all
yes.
that. Yeah,
right.
so like even on that note, we're actually talking about this like a little bit outside before you even had came in. So she's gonna go to church or maybe it's
Well,
gonna
I don't know if I'll make it today. It starts at
yeah.
12:45.
But even then she grew up Catholic, right?
Yeah.
And the church that she's gonna go to is a Christian church.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that even in my household. My household is Catholic. I'm not gonna say that my mom would go to Christian churches, but it's something that I do hear about, But I mean, I don't know. Your point on
You
it.
know what it is for me?
What's up?
Every time I go, it's like there's a motivational speaker on the stage. Like, remove all that religious shit. Sorry, see, I'm even cursing while I'm talking about religion.
Drop it. That's drop it.
And I'm not trying to like convince anybody here. This is my own. This is why I go, is because
Okay.
I'm gonna listen to somebody who's going to speak to me, and connect the dots for me. And he's like, they are motivational speakers, first and foremost. Second, they're always gonna try to connect, como te digo, like the spiritual sense, so that you can come back home and be like, okay, let's keep going, because now I have a sense of hope a little bit, and that's what faith is, right? It's like that like continuous hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, to like reminders. Yeah.
I hear you.
And it's like a mini concert. It's pretty cool.
I mean, that is true though.
like a
You
big
hear some
concert.
music, hear some
Yeah.
yeah. That is true.
You got some wine. You got some.
Well, they don't do wine.
No, I know what you're talking about, though. Cuando te dan
Yeah,
a little ahorita,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
You're
never
right.
enough.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like, come on, keep it going. Right, a little shot. Right.
Can't even get tipsy
I'll
with
bring
it.
my own wine then next time.
Yeah,
Just go
no,
to church.
exactly.
Oh, el padre.
Yeah, that's crazy. Even in that sense, the last podcast, and I don't want to bore you with this, right? Because we're gonna pivot after this. Even the last podcast that I like, kind of like dabbled in, I started like being open about leaving social media and stuff along that line. It's hard because obviously we have a podcast, right? That we have to go ahead and add clips and put stories and all
Yeah.
this nonsense. But at the same time, it was a good kind of breather to go ahead and be like, like let's see what we're currently doing right now. Just be open in that sense. And religion is actually one thing that I'm not good at it because I'm kind of in that same space where you said right now. I know there is something, but you just don't know exactly
Where it is.
yeah, or what you're talking, who you're talking to. But I started like talking to him like in regards to sex, and this sounds crazy. Stay with me, guys. Stay with me. And that's
I'm kind
and
of
that's-
here. I'm here.
No, and that's what I said in the last one. I said, so do you talk to the higher being or whatever like in only bad times, or are you grateful of little things where you're just like, damn, like thank you for I don't know, like some bomb stuff, right? Like, so I started there, obviously being grateful for food too, right? Because although like, you know, you can be taking it, like for granted sometimes. Like, I don't know, like, I mean, a veces se me arrima un plato and you're just like, oh, it's food, thank you, right? You're gonna say thank you to the other person, but you're not taking the time to be like, damn, like, somebody's trying to bless me with, just another day. Because some people only have one meal a day, if not that, right?
Hey, food is a form of love too. Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's right. I'm telling you, them pancakes in the morning. I'm telling you. Nah.
I'm a waffle girl.
Okay.
Can't relate.
No, I mean, yeah, pancakes is bomb for me. I just grew up in like my mom. Like I told my daughter that actually this morning. I said that smell of like pancakes, like kind of burnt in a way.
Buttery.
Just that, like
Yeah.
waking up to that. I remember being excited, dude. Just like being like, oh, my mom is cooking some pancakes and stuff. So that's what I told her. Is I was like, you waking up to this. I was like, I used to wake up like that, and that used to get me going. They don't understand, but I was like, later you'll probably reminisce to that and
definitely
do that in a sense.
It
But
all comes back.
so like let's pivot. What are your hobbies? Like what do you like doing outside of, coming in here and hustling and doing all that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like after my 25th year, it became more boring.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel when I was younger, when I was like, because I became manager when I was like 19. I was assistant general manager at 19, 20.
Okay.
So at that time, I was making good money and I was just living my life, like parties and drinking and all this
Oh,
other
you
things.
dance? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he do.
So I feel like after that, it's just I started focusing more on like my family. Well, I was always focused on my family, like my mom, my sisters.
Yeah.
But it's just like I lost it. There was at one point where you just lose
Interest.
in life. I feel like I during that period of time where I work and I was making good money,
Yeah.
I got the things I wanted it, and then after you get them, you
It's
just
like,
kind of
now
like
what?
you just kind of like wonder like, well, now what is the next thing to do?
Right.
So I was in a not dark place for a while, but I was in a place where didn't know what I wanted to do
Right.
for a while. But what I do for now for fun, I don't know. I spend 6 days here,
Yeah.
and then
We have Sundays, huh?
yeah,
Well,
but
it's a phase, I think. Like you have to. Eventually, you'll be so locked in that you'll be able to add more things to your plate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pero por ahorita, this is what the focus is. This is what's
Yes.
exciting. This is what's like happening and new and So
But yeah, I took a trip to Puerto Rico and not Puerto Rico, Costa Rica and
Costa
El
Rica?
Salvador.
How are the women over there? No, like Puerto Rico, like
No,
come
no, I
on,
didn't
like
went Puerto Rico.
no, but he
Costa
said
you
Rica.
don't even know if he's single
No.
or not.
it doesn't matter.
I went to Costa
Yeah,
Rica.
Yeah, Costa Rica. Yeah. So how are the women over there?
They're fine. They're
Okay. See, you know what? Like, I'm just saying, like, he might have gone to Costa Rica. He might have seen somebody stranded, right? And he pulled over and was like, you know what? I actually do this for a living over there. I'm just starting it out. I mean, yeah, that's dope though. Like, I will say, like, when you're locked in the most, sometimes you do have to go ahead and like that trip that you did might have like kind of like de-stressed you in a sense, and like
Yeah.
brought you back and ready to go. So like, I've been there before. I've hustled and hustled. At least these last 2 years, and then now I'm adding a little bit of traveling. Now I'm gonna do something along that side too.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah, it is important.
Yeah. So even if you don't like going out, I will say that maybe you should plan a trip to, I don't know, like get with some
it's
friends.
not that I don't like going out. I like going out. Like
Oh, okay. Like clubs or no?
Nah, I don't think
lounges?
clubs are not my thing
Clubs are
anymore.
not it anymore.
Yeah. I think a nice lounge and
Okay.
dinner rooftop or things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about like go ahead.
I was gonna say I did do some digging.
Mm-hmm.
I asked our producer to give me your birthday. You probably wonder why.
Yeah, I was wondering. When you said
Yeah.
it.
So I like to dig into your birth chart and like, look into what skills or abilities you have based on your chart. So have you ever heard of like reading your chart?
I have a close friend. She kind of does those things, and she used to like tell me these things, but I never pay attention. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was just like, oh yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what if she's trying to give you a sign though?
Sign for.
Like, you mean like a girlfriend or?
Oh, she's like with someone like we just known her for a
okay.
while, but that's her thing. Like she reads cards and she
Oh,
like
Okay, she's a tarot reader.
I don't
not
know.
tarot reader, but like
Uh-huh.
she's all into like cars, like astrology,
Okay.
numerology, and all these other things. And at first I was curious, and I
Yeah.
asked her like,
Yeah.
hey, this and that. But then after she started talking, and then she started going through all these numbers and all these things and all that, I was just like, okay. But like,
Maybe you didn't relate to it. Is that what you felt?
I just felt like it was too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a journey. You don't learn it in a month.
Yeah.
I think if somebody was to tell me like, you know what, you're gonna die tomorrow.
No,
Like,
it's not like
oh,
that, bro. It's just it reads your personality traits. Like he could be somebody in front of us, but then at home he's completely different.
Oh, he's just a
the
just
way
a horny
the way
type.
he communicates, the way he loves, it's like two different. He embodies two different signs. So I did look into it. And you have
Okay, drop it.
you have your Venus in Cancer. So basically that means that the way that you love and show love is in a Cancerian way. So that means,
So do you cry a lot or no?
No.
No? Okay.
so it says that you're steady and predictable in your relationships,
Okay.
and you like it that way because it feels safe. And you are committed once you are in a relationship.
Ooh.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think it is true. I like certain things to go a certain way and
Yeah.
like
Stable.
stable. Yes.
Okay, so you're not like the player type.
No,
Because
I
some
don't
people,
consider myself player
that's
type.
just
I mean,
their
what it is.
instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would I would talk to people if I'm not with someone, but like I would talk to different people. But no, like if I'm with someone, I would just kind of like stay.
What is your
Like,
type though? Like,
What is my type?
Yeah, because she just said like stable and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out because your business side of it. Like, don't get it wrong. Like, we got a dope ad, right? That also just is gonna go ahead and do. You haven't seen it yet, but it's
Yeah.
high quality stuff.
But you saw the
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
outside of that, like this is also like a platform where we get to go ahead and like talk, and people are gonna get to know you outside of like who you truly are on the business side of it. So like do you got any type like?
I don't have any type. I just think that for when you're a business owner or like if you, especially if you're committed, I'm a family person. Like I know
She
like
has to cook.
no, not necessarily.
Oh, okay. She
I
don't
know
have
how
to
to
cook?
cook. I know how to cook.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
holding back my
Clean or no?
holding it back.
Yeah.
Okay, clean. Yeah.
Clean.
No, but you see,
Holding it back.
But not like clean,
Holding it
like
back.
there's things that like as a man you can do. Like I said, my mom was a single mother. I helped her raise my two sisters for a long time. I'm still helping her raise my youngest sister, and I literally became like like a dad at a young age. So there's
You
a
had to
lot of
grow up
things I
early.
did and learn. So there's things that I don't need from a woman, like like cook. I know how to cook myself, like clean. I know
What
how
is
to
your
clean.
best dish then?
Lasagna. I love lasagna.
Lasagna?
Ooh, with that ricotta cheese.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
yes, yes.
I love me some
Um,
lasagna.
But is
but I
she
don't. I don't have a type. I like.
okay? I was
I
gonna say
just
like, is
want.
she American? Is she Mexican? Is she Chinese? Is she African
Uh,
American? Is she?
honestly,
It doesn't
it
matter.
doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So
It
you're in
doesn't
your
really
chart that
matter.
you're gonna get along more with Geminis and Leos.
Mm,
Gemini and Leos.
okay.
Because they're funky.
Oh.
Because they're funky and because
Like good funky or
funky
like oh no.
Yeah.
Like
good
I don't
funky.
follow the signs obviously, but I'm
Mhm.
I have to ask like
Uh-huh,
okay.
uh-huh. Yeah, because he's a Virgo. He's
Mm,
very analytical. He's what his birth this is what his chart says.
okay.
Analytical, respectable, hardworking, sensitive. You're not too much in the spotlight, but you did have like an aspect there that you actually do enjoy, like you actually enjoy the
Oh
spotlight.
So
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I honestly, like I said, when I was younger, like a little bit younger, and I was in the restaurant industry, like I was not well known, but like places where I go, where I will went, I will make always friends.
Yeah.
I would always like
yeah.
people would hang out with me because we would go to like a bar, and then people would know me and be like, "Hey,
Right.
John, you're here," and then they would
Right.
just give us like a free shot or something, or
Yeah.
like we'll go to a
Yeah.
pizza place, and they'll be like, "Oh, hey,
You're
like."
well known.
Yeah.
So something that he actually said behind the scenes is, or like in the early, pre-recorded, is that they were thinking about doing the podcast. So
Oh.
there's, I mean,
Yeah.
prior, right? Like
Yeah.
before. So that says something too. Like
Yeah.
even to consider it, it says something,
Yeah.
because like, you may think that you're a little camera shy, but that's not the case. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
No, his Mercury.
Oh, there you go.
Talking about
Okay.
it,
Mercury.
is in Libra. So your Mercury is what rules your communication style. So you have a Libra energy to it, which means you're diplomatic. You could lead, but you could also be indecisive. Because you like to weigh your options so much, and you kind of get stuck there. Yeah,
That's so funny, but
you
it's,
laughed.
yeah,
I mean,
no,
it must be true.
It is true. No, yeah, it is
Okay.
true.
And then
So-
we also share something in common, which is our moon is in Taurus. So our moon is where we feel most comfortable, right? And so like the moon is exalted in Taurus, so that's good for us. And we have the only sign that's exalted in the moon. And so correct me if I'm wrong. Okay,
You're
because
wrong.
there's only a few people that I know who have their moon in Taurus. You like comfort and beautiful surroundings, and you have really good taste in material things. Yes or no? Yes or no? It's a curse.
Yes.
Because you want,
Yes.
and that's why I go thrifting, y'all.
Yes. My mom always tells me like from my sisters and me, like I'm the most picky one. I'm like the
Yes.
most bougie one. Like I like
Bougie
my
a little bit.
yeah.
I think that's a good problem though. That's a good problem.
Trust me, it's not porque,
Let me elaborate.
yeah, no, it's because, like, it's for me, I see it as that's your surroundings. You need to have it beautiful. And just like being here, and I mentioned it first, like it's so damn organized. Like I love it. Like it's your surroundings. It's part of your life. You wake up and you see this. This is your life right here. So I love to make things organized and pretty, and that goes with that.
I
And
thought that was just a Virgo thing. Like Virgos are just like
hell
organized.
no,
and
that's
like,
not a Virgo thing.
Oh.
My partner's a Virgo, and he's like more
they're-
nonchalant about that. I'm more that's the moon in Taurus. We like
moon.
that, but it also means that you're a little bit stubborn and stuck in your ways.
Ooh.
A little bit. I think I am.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, picky, a little picky. Yeah,
No, I accept my defects. Like I'm pretty
Yeah.
picky.
Yeah.
Really.
it's not a bad thing. It
So
just
next
means
time you see the moon, like you'll like
It's
kind
not bad.
of reflect. I'm just throwing it out. Next time you see the moon,
Just
like
reflect.
yeah, just reflect. Just be like, okay, like where am I at right now? Yeah, I think everything shows in phases though. Like
Of course.
so even right now you're on your like kind of grind phase, you can say, but you never know. Like the following year you'll probably be maybe a little bit more out there. Like in terms of social media and all that stuff. So are you pretty like into social media? Like, do you drop a lot of like on Instagram or any of
No,
that? No.
no,
Okay.
no. Like honestly, like if you see my Instagram, I only got 2 pictures.
Okay.
Selfies or
No, it was one with a
duck
friend.
face?
No,
I'm throwing it
no,
out.
no,
I'm
no. It
just-
was just one with my friend, and then one when I was in New York.
okay.
That's about it.
I love New York.
I hate New York.
When you went to New York, did you take like a coat y todo eso? Like, no? Okay.
No, no.
Yeah.
I think that's too much.
Surprisingly, the first time I went to New York, me fui abrigado, and then había un güey corriendo like in some short shorts, right? Like at night. And
Well,
I'm
they're
like,
used to it.
what the heck? Like,
Yeah,
it was so cold. And I'm like, yeah, they didn't care.
Yeah, I like the coldness. Like if it is cold every day,
Yeah.
it's just my
Can
type
do
of
it.
day. Yeah,
Yeah.
Especially if it is foggy. I love when it's foggy.
Yeah.
I
It's
hate
a mood.
the heat. It's just
Yeah.
too much.
Oh, dude, don't tell me about that right now. So, like, ayer, it was like somewhat warm. And then vine para acá because we watched a UFC fight at Buffalo Wild Wings. Familiar or no?
Yeah.
¿Te gustan las alitas?
See?
Spicy or just like
Just mild. Like
just
not
mild?
not too
Okay.
spicy. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
how about lemon pepper?
I love lemon pepper.
Hell yeah. So we went to watch the UFC fight, right? It was Leon Edwards versus Blahal. I don't expect you to know this. But we did the blazing. The blazing is the most spiciest one. So what we do is like we'll get together with friends, we'll play Uno on our phone, which is a rigged game on your phone. Like when you're playing it así en cartitas, it's okay, right? Because you get to control. But on the phone, it kind of like decides for you if you take too long, right? So cada vez que alguien perdía, you added a blazing to your, little dish or whatever.
And then
So,
10 minutes later, everybody's hogging the bathroom.
dude, a mí me tocó 10.
Damn.
So like I had to order my whole 10-piece in blazing, and boy, will I tell you that showed me something. Like when I go to the gym, I finish what I have to do, and that's where I'm at with it. Right, I'm sticking with it. That showed me a different part.
What did it show you?
Cause like you're eating it and then tomas agua and it makes it worse, right? So like the whole time that I'm
Leche.
they didn't have milk.
Damn,
Or maybe
what? Give you chorro?
Okay,
or maybe
have
the
you not
girl was
seen-
mad. I was like, "You guys have milk?" She ran out of milk. I'm like, "Damn, yeah." So
There's a show that like with
hot
celebrities.
hot ones.
What is it called? Do you
Hot
remember?
ones.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, on the stump pelon, and then they're eating wings.
Yeah.
And then there's like a midpoint.
You start very okay,
Uh-huh.
this is manageable, and
Yeah,
then it's
hot ones.
mild, and then
Yeah.
it gets a little spicy, like, ooh, got a little kick.
Mhm.
And then
And then it starts getting
and they
crazy.
always got a leche right there.
Yeah.
That's how I know.
Yeah, well, I don't know if she was just mad, but she didn't bring any milk. So like
She was just mad. She just didn't like it.
yeah, but it was like the 6th wing, 7th that like it taught me something. I'm like, dude, like you're gonna finish this or aquí ya, dude. I couldn't even think. I couldn't even like. And then right before I just like ended up like committing. I finished it, and like I like to call it. Are you familiar with anime or no?
No.
No, okay, it's fine. Geek moment, right? So there's yeah, Naruto. In Naruto, there's like this like Amaterasu, right, which is a black flame. I'm not gonna take it to the spiritual world. This is just anime, right? Some geek stuff, and that flame burns you. It keeps burning you. It doesn't stop.
How do you know it burns you?
No, this is anime, right? I mean, yeah. So like, it keeps burning you. So it's the same thing with that wing. Like, I ate the wing and it just kept going. It didn't stop. Like once I finished my 10, seguía, right? And I'm like, damn, I had ice cream, I had water, I had all that, and it still like kept going. So it's consistent. Am I hurting right now? Yeah, but
Oh,
like,
this was recent.
no, it was last
Yesterday.
night.
Oh,
was last
so you
night.
feeling it today.
Oh yeah, like yeah. But
¿Quién te manda?
I had a good cold brew coffee. So my friends, I told them, I was like, "How's the Rudy Tang?" And one of my friends was like, "It hurts," right? And then I told them, I was like, "I'm gonna summon the beast. I'm gonna have a cold brew and just kind of, just deal with it, right?" So
Afloja todo, yeah.
no, for
Might as-
sure. Yeah, no, yeah. It's but I don't know. Like it's one of those things. Yeah, cuando like. It's like a tattoo. Agarras un tattoo, te picas, and you just keep going, right?
Is that true? I mean, I don't have any tattoos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you never
It
know.
depends on where you get them.
You may get a moon.
I might get a moon.
Un torito.
Un torito.
The moon.
You know, it's funny. That was my. It was a nickname they gave me. Where I work at a bakery. Long. That was like my first job. I was 13 working in a bakery.
13?
Yeah.
Damn.
Just
Yeah.
doing it.
That was a under the
Yeah.
under the
Yeah. Of
table
course. Yeah. It was,
situation for sure.
yeah. It was a Mexican restaurant, Mexican bakery, and that was my first nickname, Torito. It's so
Torito.
funny.
Hey,
I'm
telling you.
telling you. I'm
next time you
just
see the moon,
saying.
you're gonna be like, "That's right." Telling you.
Oh
It's so
hell.
funny.
Shit
And then
break.
after,
So,
the wings hit just now.
yeah, yeah, dude. Honestly, I had to take a dump.
Un torzón.
Yeah. So India, right? You said, ugh. Like, is it because of the combination and like food, or
No, I actually like their food. It's just like their cleanliness. I think they're like India. India is just one of the dirtiest countries I like seen on the internet, and it's just like everywhere you go. Yes, yeah. Of course, if you go to like the just anywhere in like in the world, if you go to like the bougie places, of course it's gonna be clean and everything.
yeah,
But just the way it is, I don't think it's.
yeah? I mean, it's for me. It's more like going to Mexico and trying like the authentic food. Like, I know it's gonna give you like chorro. I mean, it's one of those things that is like because your body is not
What do you what do you call authentic food? Like what will give you chorro?
well, like more like fresh in a sense. Like, like let's say tacos, right? You're gonna have tacos. Tacos is from Mexico, right?
Yeah, tacos actually from San Diego.
There you go. I'll take.
I'm just
some-
kidding.
I thought,
No,
it was- I thought it was just- I
That's
thought it was
for
like I thought it was the burritos. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it was the
burritos are from
yeah.
San Diego.
Burritos from San Diego.
Let's say, for example, like that part, I'm like, okay, I have to try tacos, right, in Mexico. Who has the best tacos? Is it Michoacan? Is it
But
Jalisco? Who knows? I
it's
don't
funny.
know.
You would think tacos is the main dish. Well, that's what they categorize it. Like they just assume Mexico it's
Promote or
tacos.
something.
But honestly, every state. This is the beauty of Mexico. Like every state in Mexico has their own traditional dish. It's not tacos.
Right.
What's your guys' traditional dish?
Mole poblano.
That one is a good
Mole.
one.
Oh, Puebla. Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Puebla.
Okay,
So
okay.
Okay.
mole poblano.
What is your dish?
Oh fuck! How you gonna ask me that?
I just have to throw it out. Or I guess like in
La
your
verdad,
part
I
of
don't.
Mexico.
We're
from
like,
Jalisco. I don't
Okay.
really know what the most. Is that what it is?
La
Birria? I mean, I take that. I accept that.
And I'm from Michoacan. It's enchiladas.
enchiladas.
Yeah.
Enchiladas rojas, o enchiladas verdes.
Rojas. I mean, I think the rojas are the best ones, bro. Like, verdes have flavor and verdes are like not as spicy in a sense, but I guess it just depends how you make it. I
Depends
don't
on
know.
how you make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Wait, I
assuming
think-
that your favorite ones are
I
green.
think in Jalisco it's el
I like the
aguachile, isn't it? Aguachile. Have you guys heard about aguachile? I think
Oh,
that's their
yeah.
main dish.
Yeah, yeah,
aguachile.
I thought that was more like a Veracruz thing because it's by the
No,
water.
Veracruz is their fishes because they're on the coast.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like camaron or nothing. It's seafood in general.
It's seafood
really.
in general, but
started
they have a
loving
different. They
seafood
have
as
a
of late.
different like.
You like sushi or not?
I love sushi.
Bruh.
Yeah?
Sushi. Sushi.
Yeah.
I think you're the one that put me on sushi, honestly.
No way.
I just
Yeah,
2
I
days
think-
ago I went to this spot in San Mateo.
Uh-huh.
You pay $50 and you can eat for 90 minutes all sushi you want.
You said for 90 minutes.
Hold on.
Hey, do you
90
feel like
minutes.
sushi will fill you up? Like
Oh,
after
hell yeah.
after
Yes,
how-
it does.
Yeah,
El
it
arrocito,
does.
bro.
Yeah.
El arrocito's
Honestly, a mí se me hace like, I think sushi is a mindset thing because I'm being serious. If you go there y te dan un 30 roll, think about this. Te dan un 30 roll, or I don't know how many
That's a
te
lot.
dan.
That's like 5 different types.
It could be 10, right? But I think it's a mindset because you see it and you're like, oh my goodness. Like, obviously you have that, you have appetizers, whatever. If you're thinking about a regular plate, you're killing that and then some. Like, if you think about like spreading that rolls and you think about the
That's a lot of
condiments on
food.
top.
And then don't get me started with the edamame.
Mm,
Edamame.
I don't know.
Yeah, I went with a friend and we did 7 rounds. In total was 27 rolls of sushi, like 27 like.
Do you do the raw stuff though? Like the one that just sits on top?
No, I try to do mostly the
Cooked ones?
deep fried ones.
Okay.
Yeah, deep fried ones.
The raw ones se llaman nagiri.
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 What's your favorite one? You like the raw stuff or
I
not?
like the Raider roll.
Okay.
I like the Raider roll. It has like fuck, it has like hella layers of stuff, which I like. I like that intensity of flavor.
All raw stuff or no?
I actually I can do both. Right now I'm still
Dabbling in.
yeah, like there are some things okay, if they're not too fishy, then I'll eat them.
I think I already passed you then.
Yeah, you did.
Because in the beginning, like sushi, like that was my whole thing. I'm not a big fan of fish. I can have crab, I can have oysters, I can have shrimp, I
Like
can
oysters.
have lobster. Yeah, oysters is it. Have you tried them? You don't like them?
I don't like them.
Why?
I don't know. It's just
You
their
just
taste is a little bit weird.
It like a rubbery. There's like,
Yeah.
the texture. I'm
you
not.
just kiss it. You
I-
just kiss. That's no, like that's what my uncle told me. He was
But
probably a
she's
perv. He was probably a perv. But you just gotta kiss it. No, I'm serious. You kiss
long
it.
line of.
No, you grab it before you put tapatio and lemon and all that salt.
When-
You just kiss it raw like that, and then after that, bro, just change your mind.
Yeah, I don't think so. When I was in El Salvador, we stopped at a coast and literally like fresh oysters. I tried it once.
Yeah.
Like I tried it there, but
With the seasonings, or
with the
así nomás?
seasonings, yeah, they gave us because the person that I went with loves oysters, and then I just tried it but
They were cooked or they were raw.
they were raw.
That's why. Because you got to dabble into it being cooked first, and then you could get into that raw ski. I mean, raw is always better, but cooked. I'm serious. Like cooked is obviously like where more of the
Who says
flavoring.
ski. Who says that?
Raw is more.
We should start a lingo
Raw is
list.
más como like, no sé, como que tiene. It's more gooey. That's the thing. That's the word that I'm trying to. So obviously,
slimy.
slimy, yes. So if you kiss it raw, then it's just like, that's an acquired taste, right? But if it's cooked, I'll tell you this, like, está más como tender. So you're just like, I don't know, it's a little bit easier. But yeah, so back to the sushi. In the beginning, me decían, right? Like when I started trying like the actual raw stuff, me decían, if it smells like fish, then it's not good. Si me entiendes? Like, pero llegas a un restaurant and that's all it smells like, right? Because they're all cutting,
Right.
like, están cortando de atrás. But the first time I was eating it, I was just like closing my eyes, right?
You should have tried to kiss it, maybe.
Oh no, I did.
You
I
kissed
did.
it
No,
too?
I did. Come on, like if it's right on top, you have to, bro. Like if it's not dentro, there's really no way unless you know. But so what I did is like I ate it and I was just like closing my eyes, and you can only imagine like my customer like the whole time they were like, "The fuck is wrong with this guy?" But they don't know that que no me gustaba el pescado, right? And I'm eating and I'm just like this, closing my eyes. They're looking at me probably weird. And that's when I'm telling you, like, the whole sushi thing. I had a teriyaki dish, and I had the rolls que tenía. I had oyster that day.
Damn.
So I had so many different, si me entiendes?
Variety.
Like, variety of foods, and maybe that's the reason why no me lleno con the little thing or whatever. But yeah, now I'm okay with it. So now me remas un plato, I'm just like this. So I'm okay with it now. But I guess it's one of those things that you just have to get used to, I guess, in a way. But everybody loves sushi apparently, so.
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
No.
What is one thing that you want to go ahead and tell your viewers that separates you from other tire spots?
I don't know. I think there's a saying in Spanish que decía mi abuelita siempre, el sol sale para todos. Honestly, I don't see myself as a competition to anybody. When I wanted to create the podcast, it was to help the community, help Latinos.
Preach.
Because I feel like as Latinos, we know how to do the jobs, we know how to do like the hard work, and when you wanna like emprender, nobody tells you like, oh, like if you can do it this way, no como los güeritos o los chinos que like se ayudan entre unos ellos. Siento que como Latinos is just more like, oh yeah, he's doing it, and I gotta do something better,
And it's so crazy because I don't even see it that way. But you could be onto something. Like I feel that the people that do have it, at least from my perspective, is kind of like how you said, que, like your family helps you, right? They help you within your business. That's why it's gonna grow. The people that really got that dialed in is like I see it in gas stations all this time. Like I see people that have gas stations, they have their family people, working with them. Yeah, si se soportan, like Para ellos es,
Apoyan, se
yeah,
apoyan.
se apoyan.
Se
Para ellos
soporta.
is, that's my Spanish English. Hot Cheetos, right? So para eso, like, that's how they go up, you know, like, and I think you're onto something where people see envy, and but I think that's everywhere though.
I think that's what he's saying is the comunidad, you know, like, and you actually might inspire more of that too.
Mhm.
By watching somebody do it, it might inspire somebody else to do it and
That's
just
very true.
keep that ball rolling,
Yeah.
that tire rolling
It's a tire rolling.
in your
Yeah.
case.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, yeah. No, but I don't think I think it's just all about customer service too.
Yeah.
Like I don't have nothing special. You know, same thing that everybody does that owns a tire shop. Change a tire for a new tire.
Yeah.
There's no like special kick or anything. It's just
Yeah.
I always give what I wanna. Like I always treat people how I wanna be treated. So you know, if
That's key though.
yeah,
That's
I mean
key.
that's
It's
everywhere.
important. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Like
when they buy from you, we know that they're buying from a real person that has a real family. And we know where the money's going. And there's value in that, in knowing
Yeah.
the person who's selling whatever it is to you. Yeah.
Facts. Yeah. Similar to like the pancakes, right? When I like, I mean, the only reason why I'm bringing it up is just because I don't know. It's like
I feel
just
like every time he comes, he's like, I'm going to be stuck on one thing today. Today it'll be
the
pancakes.
pancakes. No, like I actually like I really stirred into pancakes, so there was something coming from that. But yeah, I do want to go ahead and take the time though to appreciate you for letting us come here and letting us shoot in this spot.
no, thank you to you guys. Like I said, I became a really close person. Like I don't really like. I used to be like an open person, and I feel like this time of like this time, I'm a closed person, so I'm not really open into like things. Like doing things, like she said, like doing things my own
It's
way.
okay. Right now, the focus is this. Right?
And
And do you think it was a pandemic, or do you think it was just, or do you think it was?
I don't know. I think it's just life. Life hits you different, you know. Like I have lived through a lot of things,
Got it.
and it's just life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotta
yeah.
respect it. Gotta respect the hustle for sure.
Yeah, you know, it's funny when people say like, "Oh, like you might die tomorrow. You never know, right?" I actually lived that. Like I almost died. So
Right. What?
yeah, so it's kind of like
Yeah.
Wait, how did that happen?
I got shot.
Got it.
Wow.
Yeah, I got
Wrong
shot.
place, wrong time. Or?
Wrong place, wrong time.
Wow.
Yeah, that exists.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when I was working in the restaurant industry, like I said, and it's not to brag or anything. Just like I was doing well for myself. You know, I was having nice things. You know, had an Audi RS3, had a Challenger at that time.
Yeah.
It's just people hate.
Yeah.
Well, before the break, we were talking about, you being shot, which is crazy. I think. I just wanted to understand, like, a little bit more
like I
about
want
that.
another cheese man.
No, for real, because like this is something where it's really happening. I mean, in Oakland, se escucha mucho every day somebody's getting shot, and we have to understand that like okay, so I practice my what is my Second Amendment, Third Amendment, Fourth
Second.
Amendment, second. I was right the first time. See?
Okay.
So
You
I
own
believe
guns?
I believe in having them and owning them.
Okay.
It's just like people,
Carrying it too.
yeah. So I'm just saying.
It's good to know I got
but
backup.
peop- Right.
No, let me tell you this right now. You get in an Uber car, better watch out. You see a little pink
Oh
ski
damn!
mask.
See, that's what I'm saying. The violence is so prevalent, and you were saying you were at the wrong place at the wrong time, but was it targeted?
I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't.
Oh,
Until
shit,
this
you
day,
don't
I'm
know?
not sure. I had a ways to find it, but it's just sometimes you just don't want to dig into things
Right,
that you don't
right.
want to get into it.
Right.
When I was in high school, I was really I was not a gang member, but I was really into it with like
Affiliated.
affiliated with like
Yep.
so deep into some people
Yeah.
that right now are serving time. But like it was, I was able to find who did it. But I just sometimes you just don't want to open those doors that you close.
Right. Just because the world gives you ugly doesn't mean you got to give it back. Right.
Yeah.
That's you. That's you're under control.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old were you when you got shot?
Shit, I was like, what, 23 maybe?
Okay. Wow.
23.
Where did you get shot?
In my back.
Man, that's worse
How
too.
the hell?
You just get
Okay.
smacked. You don't know where it came from.
Yeah, that it was. Yeah, I didn't actually. Yeah, we were parked at that time. I was dating this girl, and I was in front of her house, and we were about to go to a party, and
Man,
we
it was
were
a
just in front of
toxic
her.
ex.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Just throwing it.
We were in front of her house, and then we were getting ready to leave. For some reason, she didn't want to go, and I was just like, "Nah, let's go." And then I turned on the car. She turned on the car. I turned it on. She turned it off.
Oh wow.
And then when I turned it on is when we heard the first pop, and I see my side mirror to like just the glass shadow, like
Oh,
bah, se
shit.
cayó, right? So I turn back, and then I see the guy just pointing like maybe 5 feet away from my car, and just like pa pa pa. It was a total of 10 rounds, I think.
Damn.
Who else got shot?
Just me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
On your back though, and so
Yeah,
that must have been really kind of hard
Yeah.
to recover from.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's your back.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
if-
Almost. I don't know.
Yeah, there was I had a mentor at that time, and then she would always tell me like, "Oh, you had a big angel," because at that time I was a little bit more like chubby, so the bullet didn't
oh
win.
shit! Well, it
The
helped
bullet,
in your
it helped
case.
because the doctors were like telling me, if you would have been a little bit skinny, like just like maybe like un poquito más,
Yeah.
like the bullet would have just like went through
Right.
like everything, porque it was on this side,
Uh-huh.
so like solo hubiera pasado.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy. That's
That's good.
incredible. Well, I mean, I think that's again, that's why your hustle is real, and you got to just keep going, because sometimes you feel like, well, in your case, you didn't dodge the bullet, but the bullet really didn't
Yeah, they
get
didn't do
through
it.
to you,
Yeah.
didn't overcome you. So, you know, like I think, in a way, that bullet saved your life. Would you ever think of it like that? Do you ever see it
Like that
if
bullet was meant for you, pretty much is what she's saying.
if you wouldn't have had that happen to you, would
I
you
don't-
be here now?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
You know what? That's actually
there's a-
that's actually interesting because you're like looking back, like, do I regret not getting shot?
But you
Or-
know,
No,
it's,
I mean, you know, I was like, things happen for a reason.
Yeah, okay,
Well,
I hear you.
it's so funny. Like my aunts in Mexico, they're like into like so religious and to like spiritual things,
Yeah.
like like these type of things.
Mm-hmm.
When I have an aunt, she told me that when I was 3 years old, I fell from the second floor or like the first floor, I think,
What?
on a table, and I died for I died for a minute or something, and then she revived me and took me to the hospital right away. So it would have been the second time.
How did he fall? Did he fall on your back? Did he fall?
Well, I don't know. It was just
Oh, okay.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. Solo dicen que I was walking on the roof and then me caí.
Wow. It's like
It wasn't your time yet.
I had something similar. We would hang ourselves from like some tarp. You know, your kids, you're crazy. Me and my cousin, and might have been my other cousin or maybe one of my brothers. And I hung myself from it. And then en una me tocó a mí cuando yo me subí, and it literally snapped. Y andaba como Tarzan, like, you know, like going. I'm serious. And to this day, I remember there was this counter. I don't know why the heck my uncle had it like outside, right? And I hit myself right in the corner of the countertop. And I remember it was like an emerald green marble. To this day, if I see it, I'm in the natural stone industry, right? Every single time I see it, I'm like, motherfucker.
Triggered.
Motherfucker. But I smacked myself in the back right here, and I was just bleeding nonstop.
Just bleeding?
Yeah.
Stop.
Like, yeah. So they told me también igual. They were like, dude, it could have
Yeah.
been bad. At that time, you had to ride a taxi. There was no Uber.
One of my cousins dice que soy un gato de 7 vidas. I cut myself here too, and I almost cut my vein.
That's the artery right
And
there.
then when they stitch it, because the wound was like all the way over here,
Oh, wow.
How did that happen?
I punched the glass. And
Were you
when
drunk
we
or
went to
what?
the doctor, I was mad.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And then we went to the doctor, and then the doctor was like, you know, like you were like so like this close to like cortarte
Damn,
una vena y
dude,
ya
you
y
were-
quedabas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
That's-
that one movie? Destination. What is it?
Final destination.
I know that's yeah. Like you over here dodging it.
crazy. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, but I gotta be careful because si hago las matemáticas, I only have like 2 lives left.
You're counting them.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I have counted.
Yeah.
I overdosed when I was in middle school. No, in middle school.
Like alcohol or like
All
drugs?
type of shit.
Oh damn.
Wow,
That's
middle
deep.
school. You were so
Yeah.
little.
That was an
Yeah.
experience. Did you see like by any chance like multiple U's or like did you just happen to see like flying dolphins like or
No, you just
with jetpacks? No? Or no hallucinations? You were just like
you're just like gone. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm upset we didn't actually dig into this earlier because
you can still ask.
we're talking about pancakes.
No,
And,
you can still ask. I mean, because I don't know, like something about like overdosing, like it just depends who you're with, right? Like,
Yeah,
like
I
if
think
you,
it's
It's a sensitive
you know
topic.
when you miss the love because my mom, like I'm grateful having my mom. She worked really hard to what she gave us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be really strong minded to not fall into like this type of lives because like you find yourself like lonely,
Right.
you know. I was depressed for a long time
Mm-hmm.
because we came here when I was 10 years old. So you leave a whole life behind into a country that you don't know the language and
Yeah.
you know
Right.
a lot of change. And it's just like you go through life and then it's like damn, like you're here alone. You know, like yeah, you have your mom.
Yeah.
But like your mom is working to put something in the table for you,
Absolutely.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find these other people that are like, oh yeah, you know, you're my brother and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
everybody
No.
has your best interest.
I've always said like people who do help you, right? Like not everybody that helps you mean anything good, which most people take it, right? Where they're like, "Oh yeah, he gave me a hand." You know, like yeah, there's things to be grateful, but not everybody tiene la intención, pues,
Yeah.
the
People
right
are
way, pues.
here for a sentence or a chapter.
Yeah.
They're still part of your story somehow.
Part of the good stories.
That don't mean they got to stick around.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
you have to outgrow people. But
Preach.
I don't know, like just hearing all of this makes me feel like every time I do see you successful, and I believe that you are successful.
I really appreciate it.
And it's gonna grow. Business
You know,
chains. Yeah.
it's important to note that like you come with a lot of failures. And I've always said it, like the most successful people are the people that are willing to fail the most. The people that
Lot
are
of
failures are giving up and just, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you got to keep going. And so
Take it
with
day
that
by
being
day.
said, like all these things that molded you to the person you are today is important. You have a lot to share. Like I feel like, you know, if you were to do the podcast, I don't know, it would be really cool to see, you know, what advice you share with people, what things that you share in common with folks, porque yeah, I feel like you're very well-rounded for your age, and like you've been through enough things to, sometimes it feels like age ain't but a number, like it's more of our experiences, right? So I feel like you look older to me, not physically, because you look very young, but like in spirit.
I was gonna say
It's so funny. The you're the second person that has told me that. The first person that told me that it's this old lady who hired me when I was like 13, 14 in the bakery. And
was she trying to get at you or no?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah. She would always say that she was like mi tia or something like that.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
But
Auntie.
but she, you know, I'm grateful for her and one of her workers porque they opened the doors. They taught me a lot. And she would always say like, la oportunidad que te doy es porque like a 13 años like you're mature. A 13 años like
Right.
damn like
Yeah.
Right. Se ve. You know what I'm saying? And you've been carrying that, like I told you, that responsible weight on you. It's not easy to carry that weight. Sometimes we don't want to carry the weight.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm saying we because sometimes I feel like I do carry a lot of weight. And I have a sense of responsibility. Some people don't have that sense of responsibility. They don't want it, which
Yeah.
is fine. To each his
I
own.
agree.
But like to us, it's like, it's a must, you know, and you're the oldest. I'm the oldest as well. So I can relate with that, like older sibling.
Same.
Yeah,
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? You're the oldest as well.
Of course.
So then you understand
When
kind
the
of.
left nut hangs longer than the right one,
Here we go.
that's why. No, but not seriously. I am the oldest one. No, yeah, go ahead. No.
So deep into thought. And
Yeah, no, I hear you. Go ahead, continue.
Nunca fallas, vale. Nunca fallas.
No, okay, so you were saying?
I mean, yeah, I'm just
Not
saying.
just
I'm
being
just
the
saying.
oldest
It's
and
really cool to see.
You
It's
cut
really
it.
cool to see, and we need more people like you. So I hope that you can like find people to mentor. You know, you mentioned your family works with you, pero aside from your family, I think that you have a lot of gems to give.
I appreciate it.
and then
Yeah.
maybe another store, like
I mean, that's the goal. The
Yeah.
goal, well, it's not to promote or anything, but my mom wanted to do her flower. She wants to do like flower bouquets,
there's
so
something in
we're gonna
flowers,
help
I'll tell
her.
you that.
We're gonna help
Yes.
her to do that as well
Please
soon.
do.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's
Soon.
like she came in here with a mission, right? And that's to give you guys like a better lifestyle. Or, I don't really know too much into your mom's background, but my parents originated from, Michoacan too. And it's important to know too, like, what were their dreams as a kid too, right? Like that would be like dope to go ahead and be like, like, I don't know, like give my pops like his own strip club, like um no, like
See what I mean? Like
no, like if you meet my
off the
dad,
rails.
if you meet my dad, no, I'm serious.
It's okay. It's you. I accept it.
If you meet my dad, like Lo ves, and he's like the nicest person that you'll ever meet. Cooks really good, like just polite. But there's an inner person in him, and he just but yeah, no. With that though, like giving him is obviously his dream. It may not even be that, it may be something in Mexico, ranch, horse. Who doesn't know? But I think that is a dope
Yeah.
thing to have, like to check off for sure. So that's
Oh,
pretty
definitely.
fire.
Well, I'm just gonna affirm, and just kind of like, just remind you that like, nobody will see the struggle. Only you will see the struggle.
Yeah, that's
And I'm just like giving you like all the good energy and fuerza because only you know what you go through on a daily basis. And I know it's hard.
And nobody needs to see it either, too.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he can mentor people, he can actually talk on some real shit. Like, hey, last night I was just balled up, right? Like, like we have those moments where like so secluded and so like you don't want to give this. You call it negative, but we all need to like get that energy out sometimes.
Well, I guess let me elaborate, right? Like maybe it ain't. Yes, let them see it, but don't. I've always felt like if you have to vent in terms of like, oh, like, sorry me, or like,
It's not victimizing yourself.
Yeah.
It's having an outlet to
uh,
like really like be real with what you're feeling and,
and
what's
even
going
and
on.
even mentor too.
Because that's literally what it takes to be that. So you think that successful ass people are like, metal. They're not made out of metal, bro. Like they feel they have to go through the motion of like being uncomfortable and sacrificing things. And that's emotional, man. That that's gonna make you cry sometimes and you need to let it
Yeah.
out. So I think it's actually very strong to let people know how you really feel. It puts it into perspective and it's like nobody really no somos de palo. You know what I'm saying? Like it comes with it. Let's be real, it comes with
Yeah.
it.
No, I agree. I'm here with you, honestly. Like spiritually, the moon, right? No,
Connected.
connected. Yep. I will say, give and thank you for elaborating on just the whole giving them positive energy. Yeah, I mean we want to see you like be mad successful, and I do foresee that. I do foresee another store,
Yeah.
another
Appreciate
tire
it.
one. I do foresee some flowers, and let alone give your mom the flowers too, right? It's very important. But yeah, for sure. I mean, anything that you want to go ahead and drop to, the viewership and let them know where they can follow you, things that are in the pipeline, right? Things that, you have coming soon.
Well, you can just follow Universal Tires, Hayward. Anything coming soon? I don't think there's right now. I don't have anything lined up coming soon. I was really excited of doing this, the podcast, like I mentioned to Miguel. It was an experience I was looking for, an opportunity. I always say that if you have the opportunity to do something, just take it. And I'm really. At first, we kind of like doubt about it, like, oh, I don't know, because when he reached out, we took a little bit while to respond, a little bit while to respond. but it was something I was looking for. Like I said, I wanted to do my own podcast, but it's different when you like don't know it than you know when like you see the whole setup and the whole thing's going on.
But it's people like you that I gotta say, like this, where I gotta give you your flowers. It's people that like you, obviously it took you a minute, but at least you came through. At least you, like I said, you gave us the space to go ahead and do it. This is something that we're trying to do in future podcast episodes where we want to do it in place. So I feel like you took the time to think about it, and now you're present. Now you're here. And it's something that I did tell you early, right? Where I said it's gonna be the first 5 minutes, and after that, it's gonna go crazy.
Crazy.
Now I'm almost positive that you can give me another hour and be like,
Oh yeah,
"We're in this." Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
as long as we don't talk about pancakes.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna come. Maybe it's gonna be waffles, right? But
Hope not.
no, no, not waffles.
Jeez.
But yeah, I mean, so I feel like it's people like you. I like to say that there's just all throughout, there's a few partners that you can go ahead and genuinely, foresee growing and expanding with, right? And there's
Yes.
people like you that thought about it and said, okay, let me think this through. You execute it. Now I'll tell you this, there'll be episode 2, few months, right? By then, you probably have your lady with you, right? That you met along the freeway. Maybe not, that's not the case. Maybe you met her at a restaurant, right? Sushi bar, who cares? But there's always opportunity to expand, maybe in the flower shop in the near future. But it's people like you that we appreciate. So
Yes.
No, and then you guys doing this, it's like I was telling Miguel, like not a lot of people are open to do it.
Shout out Miguel.
Yes, yeah, not a lot of people do it. When there's one thing that he said when we first met, you reach out to people, right, and then it's hard for people to respond to you, and then there's a lot of times that people want something back from you as well.
and that's not even the case either. Sometimes there's people, there's no wrong, obviously, right? Because some DMs are really good, and some people do actually want the platform to go ahead and be in the space, and that's what we want. We want people to go ahead and so we want to support, obviously, absolutely. If we can support everybody, we'll support everybody, right? But at the same time, we also have to be, mindful and really execute on, building, like somebody like you, right? Where I give him one more year. I give him one more year. He has another tire shop.
You're exemplary.
You're what?
Exemplary.
Oh, example.
Like you're a good example to people, and you're a true example of really like what type of person it takes to really do these moves.
And
right?
somebody's gonna take something
Because
from this today.
you've done risky moves. This is a safer move. You know what I'm saying? So like some people that build that resilience, like you are quicker to move on risky good moves. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the bad moves and the risky ones. And
I don't feel like that's a bad move, though.
No, definitely not.
I feel like every move is gonna teach you something.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah, no.
There's an L in every lesson.
hey, that's facts. And I almost feel like sometimes you gotta dabble into that L sometimes, because like
You do. It
it'll
teaches
teach you
you.
something.
It teaches
for
you
sure.
a lot. Yeah.
I feel like when you like take this risk and then you fail, like it puts your feet on the ground, because
Right.
there's at times where like you start doing good, right? And then you just like start like floating,
Yeah.
and then algo pasa. Like siempre en la vida algo pasa. So like it brings you down. Like, hey, check this out. Like,
Right.
But I also feel like it's the people who también you meet
You
on
surround.
a daily basis,
That's
surround
true.
towards.
They have a big effect on you.
Yeah, like, and even having people come in doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Obviously, you get to pick, acquaintance, friends, right? But also people that are coming in too, they may teach you something good. They may leave something good,
Right.
right? Or they may leave something bad, but there's really no bad. There's really,
Again, otro
there's-
dicho.
there's really
People
no
are
bad.
here for a season or a reason. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna give Meanie the platform to go ahead and give us like some words of enlightenment,
Oh
so we can
man,
go
like
ahead
I already did not.
and just to have a little a close, closure. It could be
Okay.
I definitely
spiritually.
want to learn more about the chart thing. Yeah, it
Yeah,
would be interesting.
yeah.
There's some
I
things.
hope that you look.
It's so funny, but like the things that you said,
Uh-huh.
they're true.
It's
You
a
know,
journey to
it's
understanding yourself. That's
true.
all it is.
Mm.
I'm not here to push it. I'm just here to share it.
No, I mean, hey, sharing is caring. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who got the
that's,
juice? I'm not here to push it. I'm here to share it.
there you go. That's right. That's right.
And with that being said, we're going to close out. This has been real. This has been fun. Thank you, Jonathan,
No,
for
thank you guys
sharing your
for-
words and your space.
Thank you guys for coming. Hopefully, there's a second one.
There's gonna be
Yeah.
a second one.
Yeah.
Because there's people that it's just like smooth with it or whatever. Obviously, if the second one takes a little bit longer, it's because from our end we've seen second guess on a timely basis. There's some that come probably way too quick. It's like
AKA Fresh. She's just like,
I don't be coming quick, but where I'm going with this is we don't leave the episode to do its thing. ¿Sí me entiendes? We've done that in the past where we've brought in second, like a guest for a second time. If anything, I feel like as you're growing, that second time it's not going to be this introduction. The second time is going to be more
familiar.
Yeah, it's going to be more like, oh, well, guess
So we
what?
gotta do it at a
This-
barbecue.
Yeah, this is what I did. The barbecue,
Come
right?
through, we out.
It could be something along
Yeah.
that line. So therefore, it's going to be a little bit more, in a way, it's going to be like open in a sense where it's just like, now you're going to take the initiative. Now you're going to be like, I did this, I did that. And, like that second episode, therefore, is going to like flourish pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But there is going to be a second one for sure. And I'm almost positive. It's just about us on our side. I mean,
He reminds me of my mom when
Doing-
she's trying to say bye to somebody, and it's like the longest bye. Like they're saying, te están despidiendo en el hallway, and then at the door, you're like 5 more minutes conversation. Oh, ¿y qué pasó con este? It's like, damn, you still got another conversation in you, huh?
no, trust me, I know how to read the room for sure. But I'm just I guess where I'm trying to get to is that like
Are we staying another hour?
I just foresee the second one to just be like it's gonna be more of a life experience in a sense, and obviously like trials and and all that good stuff. But
We can
and
get
then-
deeper, definitely. We
Oh
can
no,
do-
no.
I was hoping for you guys to get like a little bit more deeper into.
I mean, the
into it.
pancakes kept
No, no.
interrupting the situation.
Yeah. I mean,
Fíjate que esto, like,
Oh, shit.
if you go back, you're gonna see a lot of deep for sure. It could be good deep, it could be.
No, but like when he mentioned it, like you guys' vibe is pretty good, but one thing I was kind of a little bit scared of was like you guys asking like deep questions.
Okay.
Like
Oh.
I was like,
I mean,
I was,
we gotta-
I was,
we-
kinda- I was preparing. Like, I was
Yeah.
ready for it.
Yeah,
But
but now
yeah.
you want it though. So that second time, see, that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. So like that second time that comes back around,
Yeah.
you're gonna be prepared, right? It's like
receptive to that. We
So-
can get into it for sure.
yeah, it's like
We can
like
dive into it.
it's like when you go to that restaurant, right? You had a little bit too much vodka, right? You go back, it didn't really do its thing. Second time, you're gonna be prepared, right?
Yeah.
That's when you have the oysters.
Uh,
This
At least
maybe you had 20, right? You're prepared. But no, yeah, that second time is gonna be for sure. This is more to give you a space to go ahead and say something. Now, yeah, let's go ahead and close this off. Thank you very much.
thank you guys. Thank you guys
And
for
have a beautiful weekend.
likewise.
Yeah.
You too, fool.
No, I'm gonna have tonight is gonna be a good night.
Tonight.
Thank you guys. Oh, hold on.
You
On
prayed.
on this one, you say peace. Bye. Come be part of the show. If you want to showcase your business, Who Got the Juice is the platform.